Hey, this is Fate 212. Good morning, I'm Nafka. Today I want to talk about the new Eldar Codex as an ally to the Dark Eldar. So, and the reason I want to talk about it is because that's pretty much what I faced last night in a test game with my new Eldar. What he was fielding was 2 Wave Serpents, Dire Avengers, 2 Farseers, and he was taking advantage of the fast attack choices of the Eldar Codex, the Crimson Hunters in the fast attack choice, and the Razor Wing Jet Fighters in the heavy support choice of the Dark Eldar Codex. That just gave him, he had 5 flyers on the board. Now I had some anti-air, but I also have a lot of twin link shots. I had a lot of shots that were strength 6. So light air, remember light air, one of the big issues with it is being subject to small arms fire. Particularly even strength 4 can really hurt. Can take those things out. So that was what I faced. I think the Farseers were there primarily to use guide, prescience, to make the Dark Eldar units all basically twin-linked. Overall, the air, the way they came in, it made him really have to focus on my anti-air capabilities, primarily my Karis las cannons, which I hid behind rocks, of course. I hid behind rocks and hid them in every viable possible way to limit the amount of splinter cannon fire to come in at him. And even with all that effort, he still took them out in round 1. He also decided to go second, which was where I wanted to go because I did not want to. I just didn't want to have to. I wanted to go second because I have a lot of jet bikes, and I think the Eldar can really be designed well to be a turn 2 army, and that's kind of the direction I'm going. But so anyhow, let's talk about the Dark Eldar and how that worked. The Dark Eldar flyers, they were scary coming in. Were they effective? I think that they could have been if they were primarily fighting air. I fielded 1 Crimson Hunter. My Crimson Hunter was fantastic. It came on, wiped out a unit. We were goofing off in the last round, so I didn't fly it off the board like I would have. But my Crimson Hunter probably would have survived the entire game the way it was going, which is crazy. But then again, I'm facing Dark Eldar. Not a lot of high strength shots, a lot of poison, and Dark Eldar tend to have a hard time fighting a lot of air units. So, how do we deal with Dark Eldar with Eldar allies? What are the benefits? I think that Eldar can really take advantage of some of the weaknesses of the Dark Eldar Codex. What are those weaknesses? Hey, it's armor. They have a hard time dealing with armor. They just fight with it. They just can't. Granted, you can have some Dark Lances and Ravagers are all nice and whatnot. You can also have the Flyers, but to really deal with it effectively, it's really difficult to do. And you can make the case you can focus your army on dealing with armor. And you pretty much have to with Eldar, because if someone fields an all-armored force, you are pretty much sitting there shooting at nothing. Which is almost what happened last night. Once I eliminated his flyers, he had nothing else to really shoot at my armor. So what do I think we should do with... My first thoughts on allies are Wraithguard. Okay, troop choices. So technically speaking, I can field 4 of them, all right, with 2 detachments above 2,000 points. So that's, or just 2 squads, of course, below 2,000 points. They're expensive. It's 5 guys with a strength 10 AP2 shot at 12 inches. With the new Iyanden Codex supplement coming out, which I don't have yet. It's coming out this coming weekend. I think that is really a strong possibility. You put some strong, durable 3+ units in Wave Serpents. You're talking a lot of points. Make the Dark Eldar cheap. Dark Eldar can be extremely cheap. And you're talking about some very nice anti-armor. Um, I see that working very well. And then what's the strengths of the Dark Eldar army still? I still think it comes down to splinter cannons. I think the splinter cannon is one of the most fantastic weapons. It's got the range, it's got the amount of fire, it wounds anything on a 4+. I fielded a Wraith Knight last night against him. My Wraith Knight was hiding behind ruins for almost all of the game. And what could he kill? That was a Dark Eldar vehicle that really mattered. I think he killed a flyer by rolling a 6, and he might have killed a single Trueborn unit who did not have a special weapon. So, anyhow, that's what my Dark Eldar, my thoughts are is, hey, go strong, something durable. Even jet bikes. The jet bikes are a nice option. But I really think that Wraithguard provides you with opportunities that you would not get elsewhere in the Dark Eldar army. And the more heavy, durable stuff, like those Wave Serpents with Serpent Shields, if you're shooting at those, your Dark Eldar opponent, all of their extremely fragile other units are not being shot at. So it provides a nice deterrent, a nice counterbalance, I think, to the Dark Eldar. And I think a Yandin might be, once I get that supplement, might be the way to go. So anyway, I'm going to sneeze here in a few minutes if I don't turn this off. So anyhow, those are my first thoughts on Dark Eldar with Eldar allies, and after experiencing them last night in a game with the flyer option, which didn't work too well, but I think it could be done. It just needs a little bit of work. Anyhow, that's pretty much it. This is Fate 212. I'm Nafka, and I got to get my day going. So have a good day.